It is day 25, the big 2-5. It is crazy how fast this has gone. Guys, hype music, focus music, share, collaborate, tag each other, get those vision boards, those 6-month vision boards, get those tagging up there, get those posted, get all of that, the books that you're reading, habits. I want to hear the habits. We all want to hear the habits. Inspire us. Tell us the habits you've started, the 3 habits. What are they? Why did you choose those habits, and how have they elevated you to that next level? How have you become a new person in the space that you are currently? Talk about your visions. Talk about your goals. Talk about any success that you've had over the last 25 days now that you've been doing this. Listen, this has been 30 minutes for 30 days, 30 for 30. It's incredible. 30 minutes has changed your life in a 24-hour span. Let's say you sleep 6 hours. 6 hours. You still have 18 hours. 18 hours, and you've taken 30 minutes of an 18-hour day to change your life, to change who you are now, to build this a beautiful person that we all get to see and all get to witness and we all get to feel. It is absolutely amazing. Now, day 25. We are now going to set little micro goals. So we have our habits. We're continuing to build the habits, right? Think about this. Your day 25, you've been saying the I am statements, 6 I am statements, right? Morning and night. That's 12 times you're saying those 6. Now you can say them more, and that's totally fine. At least, right? At least twice a day. That's 6 times. 6 times a day. Think about it. When you were at day 20, that was 120 times you have been saying these I am statements, brand new I am statements, right? Then from day 21 to day 25, that's 4 additional days, right? At 12 times, right? Each, do some quick math. 24 times you've been killing the game. 24 times you've been killing the game. 152 times you have been saying the I am statements. All new. Your journal should be filled. Now the micro goals you're going to do, you're going to take the habit that you have built, take all 3 of these habits, and now you're going to continue to set these little macro ones. If you play music or you're learning to play music in a 10-day time, how many new music sheets did you want to learn how to play? In the sense that you have identified 1 or 3 new music sheets that you are building towards. Maybe you've been going to the gym. So what technique are you wanting to learn? What way can you learn to help lift better, to strengthen yourself better? Maybe as a family, when you sit around at the table and you ask literally, how's your day? You do what the hot wife initiated one time. Tell me about your day. What one thing was great today? We'd all go around and talk about what that one thing was. Then we'd all ask questions, and then we'd start to understand, oh man, that was a great day. That was a really good day. Become more intentional. So how on those macro things, those macro goals that you're setting for those habits, how can you be more intentional as an individual to yourself? How can you be more intentional as a spouse? How can you be more intentional as a father? How can you be more intentional as an employee or as an employer? So let's start talking about some of the ways you can build these little macro things. One thing that I will tell you, as building that company that I did in 2020 to 2022, I became super intentional about understanding how each individual learned, how they responded to stress, how they responded to criticism, and also how they like to be praised, whether it be privately or publicly. So we had them take this assessment test. There's a lot of different assessment tests out there, right? To figure out how you could reward them, right? The Briggs and Myers. We did, obviously, the 5 languages of love. There's a lot of different tests out there. And I don't actually remember, and I could kick myself, but I will find it and put a link in here on the test that we took. In fact, if I had known about the Enneagram test during that time of build, I would have them all take it, because then I would know, oh, you're a number 6, you're a a number 8, you're a number 7, you're a number 3. I would know that. Then I would know how to build a culture around how everybody likes to be talked to, how they like to take criticism, how they like praise, how they like to be celebrated, right? Now you would build a culture and a training model around how to do all that. The Enneagram test, and I'll put the link in here. Click on it and take the Enneagram test, and I will tell you how crazy on point it is. I'm a number 8, number 7. And what I learned about myself, what I had learned about myself in that Enneagram test, it's about 99% accurate. It's super crazy. But once I started to identify me, and I started to identify this is how I function and flow, then I could really start to identify when I was hitting those upper limits, when I was self-sabotaging, when I was feeling like I was a fraud or a fake or a phony. Then I started to recognize when I felt like I don't want to grow anymore because I didn't want to feel anybody left behind or forget about those who had helped me. Then I started to recognize and realize how I like to receive joy, how I like to be praised, or how I like to receive love. Then I started to recognize how the hot wife and my children, how they like to receive compliments and how they like to be able to be spoken to and disciplined, right? Then I started to realize all of that, and I'm like, oh, I could kick myself, because that is really now the crucible of where you are in this program, in these programs. You are at that point now, you're now elevating and you're pushing that 30-day growth now, right? You're day 4 into the 30-day growth. You've already established 21 days. You've already built that good habit. Now you're going to solidify these habits. So build these macro goals that you're going to reach for those habits. Again, being super intentional what it is for every day. Well, this is what we're going to do. Every day I'm going to purposely compliment somebody with true intentions. I'm going to find somebody in my Rolodex on my phone, click it. I'm going to send them a text message and say, hey, I just want you to know how much I appreciate you. I appreciate our friendship. I appreciate who you are as a person. I've learned so much. In fact, I remember specifically, this is what I learned, and send it. Then you're going to be intentional and say, I'm going to give an 8-second hug to my children. 8 seconds. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6, 1,000, 7, 1,000, 8, 1,000. It may seem weird at first, but 8-second hugs can change the makeup, can change the energy, can change the flow of an individual. My challenge to you is, and I've done this, I went 30 days and sent out a text message, a true text message, heartfelt text messages. I thanked them for our friendship. I was thankful for them to come into my life when they did. And I gave them a compliment on something that I remember they did for me that helped me become the best version of myself, to work in that zone of genius that I now am a part of. That is my challenge to you. Go outside the box. Go outside your comfort zone and actively for 30 days, send an intentional text message once a day. You can do it more if you want. Just go through your phone, click somebody and go, oh, I'm going to send them this message. And watch what happens. Watch what happens. Those little micro habits that you're developing, those micro goals that you're developing and pushing towards, how you guys are being able to build that around. Watch what happens. And the elevation that you guys will now become into, because it's a whole nother level. It's a whole nother reach. All right? What's the saying? If you shoot for the stars and miss, at least you're going to hit the moon. You keep reaching, you keep grinding, and you never, ever give up. You are here, not out of coincidence. You are here because you are led to this program. You are led to me. You are led to follow all of us that are in this program, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of men globally pushing and pulling for you, pushing and cheering you on. You can do this. Trust me, you can do this. I am living proof that you can do this. I love you, boys.